Both have busy schedules. Wish we had more time to spare. Want you around me like air. Can get my feelings involved. And then
I'm helping people, bitch.
was there. Show me you care. I wanna keep you around. People like us are so rare. So rare, so rare, so rare, so rare. I wanna keep you around. People.
What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's damn YouTube? It's your girls, I got it, and I'm back, ooh, with another one, yes. Alright guys, so today's video is gonna be, this is how I figured it out. This is how I figured it out. Before we get into the video, I'm gonna need you to like, comment, subscribe, and share. You heard me? You are more than welcome to think that anything I say on this channel is a bunch of tomfoolery. You are more than welcome to disagree with anything I say. You're more than welcome to think that anything I say is crazy, or that I am crazy, or I may need psychiatric help. You're more than welcome to disagree with anything I say on this channel, because why? What you think is valid in your world. Let me repeat that. What you think is valid in your world. Alright? I'm not here to persuade you to believe what I believe. I'm just here to provoke thoughts. This channel is about freedom of thought. Think how you want to think. So if you think Bigfoot and Sasquatch is real, it's the channel for you. If you think fairies and mermaids exist, it's the channel for you. If you think aliens are real, it's the channel for you. Okay? I'm just here to shake things up a little, stir the pot a little bit, shake it up a little bit, disrupt some Alright, now, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so this is how I figured it out. In case you were wondering what it is, I'm talking about black magic. So in previous videos, I talk about how, you know, I experienced, you know, anxiety, I experienced depression, I experienced, you know, certain like unaliving thoughts. I talked about, you know, certain things that I experienced. Then I talked about experiencing physical things, like things, you know, aches and pains and bloat and, you know, soreness in the throat. I talked about, you know, a blocked throat, feeling like I had a swollen throat. I talked about all of those things in previous videos. Then I talked about how I went to doctors and nobody could help me. Then I talked about finding sound healing. And I also talked about going to a reader, you know, and a reader telling me that was black magic is what was happening, is the reason for all of these things that I was experiencing, right? So, but prior to finding the sound healing, what helped me to thoroughly understand and thoroughly come to the awareness, I'm gonna say, of the fact that what I was experiencing was black magic, or some sort of, you know, spiritual workings, voodoo, whatever it is, negative voodoo, whatever. I'm finna tell y'all give y'all a few examples of how I was aware of it. You know, how I was aware of the fact that it was black magic, because I didn't go thoroughly into detail. I did speak about how I, you know, became aware of the energy, but I'm about to go into detail on how I became aware of the energy. So when I was having those unaliving thoughts, right, I was hearing the thoughts that sound like my voice saying, I hate this life. I hate this life. But I was also consciously able to internally ask myself, why? Why do I feel this? I mean, why do I hate this life? Like, why was I having those, like, why was I feeling that way, right? And so I'm asking myself these questions, consciously asking myself these questions, while still while hearing the voice at the same time, the other voice saying, I hate this life, I hate this life. So there was something very autonomous about that. You know, there was something very autonomous about that to me. Because how could I be consciously asking myself why, while still hearing myself say I hate this life? So prior to this point, because this voodoo, this black magic, whatever, was done on me when I was a child, when I was young. And I remember having this experience then, but at the time I accepted it, I embraced the feeling, I embraced the thoughts. I wasn't consciously asking myself why do I feel that? You know what I'm saying? But I do remember feeling it, and then I do remember consciously embracing it and consciously falling into those thoughts. Not the S-word thoughts, not the unaliving thoughts. I didn't have those until way later, but then it was different kind of thoughts, you know, like those thoughts of insecurity. Oh, I'm ugly, I'm fat, right? And then or not even that, it was like nobody none of the dudes that I like are attracted to me. They'll never like me. They'll never like me. They'll never like me. And I remember like fully embracing that. Oh, they only want me for sex. And then I would sit there and embrace that thought, embrace those thoughts, embrace those feelings, and cry. Like I would cry about it, and it would just come out of nowhere. I would just literally be in my room on freaking Twitter or something. This is like when I was a teenager, on freaking Twitter. And and it would come out of nowhere, and I literally would just make myself cry because I was embracing the thought, I was embracing the feelings. But once I got to be an adult and I'm in my apartment, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is where I gotta draw the line at. Why am I feeling like that? So that was one way. That was one way of me figuring that out. Like, okay, that's not me. This is not me. So what is that? What is that? You know what I'm saying? So then there were other times where I started to learn about manifestation. And this is when I'm first learning about manifestation and finding this was before. So before, when I was a teenager, no, I wasn't a teenager yet. I wasn't an adult yet, but I wasn't a teenager. I think I was like 19. And I was like 19, and I was talking to that guy, and that's the guy that introduced me to like spirituality and taught me about ancient Egypt and things like that. So I remember he was teaching me about manifestation. We was learning about it together. And so I started reading books on the subconscious mind, and I was learning about how, affirmations are programmed. Saying affirmations is programming your subconscious mind. And, I read a book about, power of the subconscious mind. I had another book called How to Create a Mind. So I was like really into it or whatever, right? Because I was like, yes, I can manifest my reality. I can manifest what I want, right? But I was doing everything right, but it was this lingering, underlying feeling of doubt. And it was like, it didn't matter how many affirmations I said every single day. It was a very strong, aggressive, but underlying feeling of doubt, and I would be like, why? So I remember, when I was 19, I remember I would just embrace it. I'd just be like, it's never gonna happen to me. It's never gonna happen for me. And I would just embrace it, right? But then once I got, this is after I got the reading. I'm grown. I'm like 20, in my 20s at this point, and I'm in my apartment, and I'm, you know, trying to manifest. I'm trying to try it again. I'm like, all right, let's try this again. And those feelings of underlying doubt lingered again. And now at this point, I'm aware, because I'm like, why am I feeling? I would get mad. I'm like, why am I feeling that? No, I don't want to feel that. No, I want to be positive. I'm like, I'm trying to be positive. It is gonna happen. Like, I'm still saying the affirmations, but this lingering, irritating feeling of it's never, like, it's not gonna happen. This irritating feeling of doubt would just linger or whatever. So, and it would frustrate me, and so I would just give up, and then I would start again, and the same thing would happen, and I would start again, and it was just like a constant loop. I was stuck in this loop, you know, being miserable, going to this damn job every damn day. And I'm just like, bro, what? Like, how is this? How? You know, like, why is it not working for me? Not realizing that it's this energy. So again, there was something very autonomous about that. It was like, I'm aware of that doubt, but where is it coming from? Why do I feel it? I don't want to feel it, but it's there. You know what I'm saying? And I can't shake it. So being aware, that's what I mean, because I spoke in a previous video where I was like, becoming aware of that energy. That's how you become aware of that energy. So when you're feeling feelings that you don't want to feel, or you feeling having thoughts that you don't know why you having those thoughts, and you feel, and you just like, and you're able to like consciously be aware of those thoughts that you're having, and you trying to like figure it out, but you don't really know where it's coming from. It's not coming from no trauma. It's not a trauma response. It's not, you know, it just came from out of nowhere, you know. So a lot of the time, you know, we're taught that it has to be coming from something that you know, some sort of trauma, you know, a psychologist, you know, and everything like that. They try to create a logical explanation for why you're having those thoughts or whatever, and then they want to try to unpack your childhood and unpack everything else. But it's like, that's not what it is. That's not it. And there's nothing but you unpack all of these things about yourself, and you still feeling it. The thoughts are still there. You know what I'm saying? It's still there, lingering. You know, depression is not something that you could just fix with going to the park with your friends or going out to eat with your friends. Yeah, it may distract you, but once you get back home, that lingering energy is still fucking there. That's why I hate when people be trying to talk about depression. People who have never experienced it want to talk about how to fix it. Oh, it's because you're not creative. You're not being creative. You're not. No, it's a lingering feeling, a lingering energy, feeling of emptiness and sadness that will not go away. All of those things do is just distract you. Doing things just distracts you from feeling it, until all of that goes away and you land in your bed at night, or you by yourself, and it's still there. It's almost like something is following you around. That's literally how it felt. It's literally how it feels. So once you become aware, that is what I mean by being aware of your own self and your own energy. If you are consciously able to ask yourself certain, like, if I was consciously able to ask myself, why am I feeling these things while feeling these things that won't go away, or or why I'm having those thoughts while consciously thinking the thought, asking the question to myself. If that makes sense. That doesn't, that was something, it seemed very autonomous. So then once I found the sound healing and realized that all of that stuff was, that the sound healing was literally, and my body started to respond, and literally the aches and the pain started to dissolve, started to go away, the bloat started to go away. And once all of the bloat and the pain and the aches started to go away, so did the anxiety, depression, and the paranoia went away with it. So that is what I mean by being aware, being conscious. So if, in case people were ever wondering, like, what is consciousness? What does consciousness mean? That is a literal example of consciousness. Awareness. Awareness of what you feel, what you think, what you see, what you hear. Awareness of your own self and your own mind. That is how you figure it out. That is how I figured it out. And then once I found the sound healing, that's how all right, now I can heal it. Now I know how to heal. Now I can get rid of it for good, permanently. So that's it, actually, you guys. That's all I have. I hope that was helpful, and y'all have a good one. And remember, don't be a hoe. Use a hoe asshole, use a hoe asshole, you hoe asshole, hoe asshole, use a hoe asshole, use a hoe asshole, you hoe asshole, hoe asshole, use a hoe asshole, use a hoe asshole, you hoe asshole.